As things stand, the PlayStation 5 feels so far from the realms of reality that it barely even qualifies as a twinkle in Sony's eye. Aww, but it wouldn't take much to change that. No doubt the electronics giant already has top women and men working on the console in a secret warehouse somewhere on the planet. An official confirmation of this would send the rumour mill into overdrive and mark the dawning of a new hardware generation. The rise of the machines is nigh! Although Sony's top dogs have made fleeting references to the PS5, they aren't ready to reveal anything concrete yet. But that hasn't stopped leaks from trickling in and news outlets running so-called exclusive scoops about the mythical machine. Not all of them are good, my guys, so let's get on with it. With that in mind, I'm Ash from WhatCulture Gaming, and these are 8 PlayStation 5 rumours we hope aren't true. 8. It runs games in native 8K resolution. A number of reports have claimed that the gaming giant is exploring the possibility of harnessing a big old resolution. But would there really be any point? Does anyone look at 4K and think, that looks really shoddy, if only we had the technology to support visuals with 4 times as many pixels? Oh Sony, please, melt my very eyes from my head and turn my face into laser soup. Let's also consider that there isn't much hardware capable of hosting native 8K as things stand, and the few monitors and super PCs that can cost a lot of money. Nobody will want to fork out thousands for an 8K TV to run their PS5 games at their full graphical capacity, because they're unlikely to be affordable anytime soon, and including this kind of power under the console's hood would only drive up the price. 7. The end of disc-based gaming. The video game industry is trending towards digital, and this is only taking up more and more sales for each game's year. Some believe we're headed for an all-digital future. Again, robot uprising! So it's no surprise that rumours Sony is planning to kill off the PlayStation's disk drive have reared their ugly head. Outlets have run reports claiming that the PS5 will ditch physical media in favour of digital downloads and streaming. While the latter mediums are gaining traction all of the time, dumping discs entirely would be a huge mistake. Look at the backlash Microsoft was hit by when they announced the Xbox One would require an always-on internet connection. It proved that not all gamers have the infrastructure needed to support online console gaming. And also, how would you make kitschy gamer coasters out of old discs? 6. Built-in VR technology. Upsettingly for Josh, virtual reality gaming isn't for everyone, and there will always be a significant number of gamers who have no desire to attach a sweaty plastic box on their eyeballs whilst they fumble around blindly with their joystick, regardless of how much it will boost immersion. For them, rumours that Sony is planning to take advanced virtual reality tech into the PS5 are nothing to get excited about. The electronics giant is aiming to implement VR goodies at system level, no doubt to support a next-generation version of PSVR. Here's the problem with that. It would likely drive up the price of the console, forcing those who couldn't care less about virtual reality to pay extra to not use it. The other red flag that this rumour unfurls relates to how precariously close this strategy sounds to Microsoft's decision to bundle the Xbox One with its Kinect Motion peripheral at launch. And we all know how that one turned out. Bad, for those of you that don't. It was bad. 5. Wireless charging controllers. Sony is apparently planning to take the wireless evolution a step further with the PS5, shipping the machine with gamepads that feature wireless charging. So when that dreaded low battery symbol flashes up on the screen, you'd simply plonk the controller on top of the system and watch it draw in the juice. Eliminating the need for wires entirely may have aesthetic benefits, but is it practical? The issue here is that you wouldn't be able to continue playing while the pad is charging, unless you had another charging up on standby, and who's that organised? Who? Not me. Cables aren't exactly sexy, but they still serve a purpose, providing life support to a depleted DualShock. Furthermore, have you priced up a brand new controller lately? Imagine how much one of these things would set you back if it had built-in wireless charging as well. Just throw your money into the void, it's worthless here. 4. A Nintendo Switch rival. Comments from PlayStation chief John Codera have sparked rumours that the PS5 could combine high-end console gaming with portability. Although Codera hadn't flat out said that Sony is about to ape the Switch and make the PS5 a hybrid, many have interpreted his remarks that way. But let's hope the PlayStation hardware team are cooking up something more original. Mobile and portable gaming is huge right now, thanks to tablet and smartphones as well as the Switch. While it is unclear whether Sony is planning to redouble its efforts in this space with the launch of a new PS Vita, it's a sector they can't ignore. 3. Sony's final console before streaming takes over. some believe that the PlayStation 5 will be the last console of its kind, Sony's final high-end gaming machine before a new age where streaming is king gets underway. What we're talking about here goes far beyond the removal of a physical disc drive in favour of digital downloads. A generation or so from now, advancements in streaming technology and online connectivity could mean that nobody needs a superpowered console with oodles of hard drive space under their television. All software could be hosted up in the cloud and beamed into the living room on demand. No matter how advanced broadband gets, there will always be outages and corners of the world where connectivity is far from flawless. If you live in the forest at one with the bears, but often have a hankering for owning some noobs, an online-only console is just an expensive living room ornament. And an ugly one at that! The bears will not be happy, you'll have ruined the whole feng shui of the place, and you might as well just go. The bears will not want you anymore. Go home. 2. Grand Theft Auto 6 is exclusive to the PS5. Grand Theft Auto 6 and the PlayStation 5 have many things in common. Neither have been announced yet, both are as inevitable as death and taxes, and the two products are bound to sell by the lorry load when they finally come out. When that might be is anybody's guess right now, but apparently the two release dates could coincide with one another. Ooh. Word has it that GTA 6 will be a PS5 launch title, exclusive to next-generation machines. It would be a shame if that turned out to be true, not least because it means a huge chunk of the Grand Theft Auto fanbase would not be able to play the new game at launch. Not everybody will be ready to upgrade to the PS5 right away. GTA 6 is bound to be one of the biggest games of all time, and it would be pretty criminal if some fans were unable to play it upon release. 1. No sign of the console until 2021. At the earliest. Concrete information about the PlayStation 5 is thin on the ground, but Sony Interactive Entertainment's chief executive may have narrowed down the console's release date in a recent interview. And you won't like it. Speaking to the Wall Street Journal, Kodera hinted that the PS5 will still be at the planning stages for the next 3 years, meaning fans are unlikely to catch a glimpse of it until 2021. Whether that means it will hit stores that year is unclear. Another 3 years feels like a long time to wait for a new PlayStation, especially when you consider that the PS4 came out way back in 2013. 8 years would be the longest time that has ever elapsed between Sony home console launches. Well, I'll be. Looks like we're sticking to Xbox for all us true winners out there in the meantime then, eh?